Losing someone is never easy, but losing someone around the holiday season is especially hard. I've been there, and so I just want to share with you guys how I get through it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm ToyaRenee. This is ToyaRenee Talks. If you're new around here, I welcome you to my channel. So today's topic is basically about how to get through the holiday season when you've lost a loved one or someone that was really, really special and close to you. I have some suggestions on how to get through it. Of course, we all need to remember that losing someone is a unique experience, even though that person may have meant something to so many people. It's unique because that person meant something special to you individually. And there are memories that you share with this person that may have not been shared by other people and that come to your mind once they're gone or they're no longer with us physically. So I just want to share with you guys how I get through the holiday season and just special events, their birthdays, things like that, when you can't hold them, you can't talk to them, you miss them so much. And it's just so difficult when you see that empty chair at the table, or that you wish you can just call them and tell them about something good that happened to you, but you can't. So anywho, let's get into these tips about how to get through the holiday season when you've lost a loved one. My very first tip is to do something that honors their memory. So my dad passed away in 2014 from complications of kidney failure. And so this was around Christmas, it was early in December, and what me and my family decided to do, particularly my older sister, every year she honors him in some form or fashion. So this year we had a Zoom meeting. With COVID and everything, couldn't really get together, but we had a Zoom meeting on the time that he passed, and we honored him by having a moment of silence, by sharing some funny, great memories, and it just made us feel connected and so much better. And we remembered him by honoring him and giving him that respect. A few years back, because he passed from implications of kidney failure, what we did was we did like a Stars of Hope. Where it would help people and encourage people who are going through different illnesses and different difficulties. So my point is that you can do something related to the person you've lost that you know would help other people in a similar position. It helps bring not only honor to their memory, but it would help people who need that encouragement as well. It's to share extra love with someone that's still with you. So of course, it's a very difficult thing to get through when you've lost someone, no matter how they passed on. But it's also important to remember that there are still people right now that we can physically see who care about us, and you care about them, and you want to show them as much love as you can, knowing that if losing someone teaches us anything, it's that we're here for a limited amount of time. And during that time, we need to share the love as much as we possibly can. Because within the next minute, the next second, we don't know when it's our time to go. So share love with someone that is physically with you right now in any form that you can. This can be financially, this can be physically holding them, or maybe an ear hug because, with the situation we're going through right now. Or it can be just emotionally, or even sharing a conversation, reaching out to a friend that you haven't reached out to in a while and just talking to them. I feel like showing someone you love them shouldn't be something that has a limit. So sharing love with someone that's still physically with you, you can appreciate them while they're still here. And in that respect, it honors the person you lost, because we all don't know when it's our time. The next suggestion is to pay close attention to the memories that you dwell on. We've all had moments with people who have passed where we feel like we could have been nicer or kinder, or you regret having that argument, stuff like that. But it's also important to remember that you had great memories as well. If you did have great memories with this person, it's also important to dwell on those. Why? Because when you dwell on the great memories, when you dwell on the things that made you smile together and laugh together, the little inside jokes and things like that, it really helps to keep their memory alive in a positive light. I was listening to a podcast by Joel Osteen recently where he talked about what we choose to dwell on. Like, we can choose to dwell on the negative or we can choose to dwell on the positive. And it's kind of like, in the way he put it, like changing the channel. You can stay on the negative all you want and really let it bring you down, or you can focus on the positive and really let it motivate you. Sometimes, of course, it's necessary to remember things that have negatively impacted your life, which make you stronger. But it's also important to remember the positive as well, because that will keep you going. And honestly, in my own example, when I lost my dad, it was devastating. It was hard. 6 months after that, I lost my grandmother. So it's like, it's so easy to focus on the memories that, for example, how and when they passed. But you have to remember that there was a whole life before that. There was a whole memory bank that you have that you can treasure and dwell on. And honestly, that's where your strength will come from. So definitely dwell on the positive memories that will keep you motivated. They're not physically with you doesn't mean you can't keep their memory alive by doing things that you used to do together. So for example, if you and your loved one used to always go to the park every Saturday, right? And that park brings you memories of that person, but now you feel different about it, or you have kind of avoid going to that park because it makes you sad, or it brings back memories of that person and it makes you think of the good times that you had and that you can no longer have with them. I suggest to go back at least once, or do something that's in relation to that at least once. And when you're there, like in my previous point, dwell on the positive memories. How good it made you feel to spend time with this person on that great Saturday that was super sunny and had wonderful weather, or the memories you shared on Christmas or any holiday. One thing that's important to remember is the holiday season is a special season, and it's a season to get together with family and friends and loved ones. And when one is missing due to death or whatever it may be, you can't just forget about what activities you used to do. I know that when me and my family would get together for the holidays, it's of course a little bit different this year because of COVID, but what we would do is we would listen to music, of course, because we celebrate Christmas. We'd get up early, open presents, and I just feel it's important to keep that going as much as you can. The traditions of opening presents at a certain time, or cooking dinner at a certain time, sharing memories and laughter. Do everything that you would do if that person was still here. Because when you keep their memory going, when you listen to that music that they used to love, or when you go to that place where you all enjoyed or eat their favorite meal, it helps you to remember that this person may not physically be with me, but they're with me in spirit, emotionally, and I will never forget them. Lastly, I want you guys to remember that grieving is a process. It's not something that just goes away. You have to really, sometimes physically, push yourself to keep going, to get out of bed, to mentally you have to motivate yourself to keep going without this person, and emotionally you have to tell yourself that they may not be with me, but they're with me in spirit. All that they taught me, I practice in my daily life. I may not be able to physically hold them or to touch their hand or to tell them that I love them, but I know that they knew that, really, grieving is a process that not everyone goes through the same way, and it's important to respect each other when someone may not be grieving the same way that you grieve. And there's no right or wrong way to do it, as long as you're not harming yourself or others. So when the holiday season comes around, like this time next year or the year after or any time in the future, I want you guys to remember that even though that loved one is not here anymore, you can keep their spirit alive. You can do things that they used to do that made you happy. You can dwell on the positive memories, and you can live a life that would make them proud. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. I really, really appreciate it. I am on Instagram and Twitter, the same name, ToyaRenee Talks, so you can follow me on there if you like. And I will be posting more videos at least twice a week. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. I really love you guys, and I hope you have a great day. And remember to stay positive and do the best that you can. Love you. Take care. Bye.